New Zealand, at least 50 people were killed. And shortly after that, there were people around the world comparing this guy and his manifesto to Donald Trump. Just curious, your reaction to that parallel.
That's predictable and outrageous. In fact, this man compares his motivations to that of the mass shooter in Norway in 2011, and those who think that's the ancient history should go back and school themselves on what happened there. Also, this president condemns hate and evil and bigotry, and we will continue to do so. People should feel safe, but they should especially feel safe in their places of worship, and we've seen far too often where that is not the case. Unlike most mass shootings, this man came with pre-receipts, if you will. He put out a 70-page manifesto, and I guess everybody scoured it, searched for Donald Trump's name, and there it is one time. But he also said he aligns closely with the ideology of China. He said he's not a conservative, he's not a Nazi. I think he referred to himself as an eco-naturalist or an eco-fascist. But people should read the in its entirety. Look, someone like me who, reflecting on the first year of our time in the White House here at the end of 2017, was asked what was the worst day there. And I know the person in the media was expecting me to say something else, and I said the worst day, bar none, was the day Steve Scalise almost lost his life on that ball field in Arlington, Virginia, and thank God he didn't. But we didn't run around saying, gee, the guy said he watches MSNBC or he's a Bernie supporter. Nobody should do that. Nobody should blame folks other than the evil, hateful shooter. And I think our ambassador, the U.S. ambassador to New Zealand, Scott Brown, former senator from Massachusetts, put it very well yesterday when he says you don't give a platform or credibility to someone who's, quote, rotten to the core. Also, people should focus on what the authorities are saying here so that we can avoid copycats, that we should see the signs in the future. I know the tech companies are really struggling with how not to be a platform for hate and evil, and in this case, murder being live streamed. Yeah. So this is somebody who wanted the attention, wanted to do his, he's a rotten, evil, hateful person who wanted to kill people and live streamed it. And so we have a lot to unpack there. But I think people look for the cheap and easy, especially if it fits their own ideology. And by the way, folks, if you're not an expert on this, stop weighing in like you are. We don't need to hear your opinion on every single thing. And instead, read what the authorities are saying, see what our Secretary of Homeland Security is saying, which was there was no credible threat, thank God, to over the weekend to our mosques here in this country. But we stand with our Muslim brothers and sisters. We stand with people of every faith who are trying to, and I think the treatment of Chelsea Clinton was outrageous and ignorant and tremendously unfair. She should not have been yelled at by those people and blamed for this massacre any more than any other person should be, except the evil, pathetic, horrible, hateful man who did this.
Kellyanne, I want to get to the fight for border security that's continuing. All of us trying to figure out what the next step is going to be for the president to get the water bill. Obviously, recently, he vetoing a resolution that would have aimed to block his declaration, his emergency declaration. What is he going to do next to try to fulfill this campaign promise that he made to so many people?
Well, it's highly doubtful that Congress can override his veto, so he will continue